In the macro sense of how you do it now, what was so fascinating about your article back in 2008 about how and why you blog is applying an established literary and political sensibility to this new technology. If you were doing that article now, is there anything very different you'd say, do you think?
No, I don't, except I think the scope of what I do, the sheer range of stuff that we do, has grown, making it less a personal journal, as it were, and more a collective conversation. And what's really happened in the last few years has been the engagement of the readership creating and generating content. So we're always, some of our emails, as you know, and you've done this with your own blog, some of the smartest people on any topic are actually among your readership, and they can tell you things that no one else can know. And definitely that has become, the readers themselves drive this, this thing now as much as any of us do.
And you say it's less of a personal log than it was a couple of years ago, but still something that's very compelling about your work is it is so personal. People know exactly who they are hearing from and all of your ups and downs. And I think many of your readers wonder how long you can do this. Is there anything you see as a limit, intellectual, physical, political, to your putting things out at this speed?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's something I've been grappling with for the last year or so. There have been several moments in this period when I've said, I just can't go on. I'm completely drained. I'm sort of this little middle of the hourglass. All this stuff comes in my frontal cortex. It gets parsed and posted and edited and nicked and tucked and discarded, and then it goes out into the blog, and then it all comes back. So I'm, whether I like it or not, like a piece of electrical wiring that's close to being, you know, burned to a crisp. It's not so much the actual physical work of it. It is having to stay on top of everything out there in order to respond and have an opinion that you think is right. I mean, I know this sounds old-fashioned, but I really try and get it right. I try and get what I think is true, given all the evidence or whatever's coming in. Even if
be open to new stuff.
Yes, because it has to be provisional, because stories will break, and you're never off duty. Like, so I think physically there are many people who've stopped because they just couldn't take it, and psychologically, the being on stage constantly, I basically am talking to something like maybe 150 to 200,000 people. Now that blows your mind. I think it's probably more than CNN now gets.
Right, and it's a giant football stadium full of people.
It's a huge, and you performing live every day in front of those people. And that is, and we of course, I'm masochistic enough to do weekends too. So we do 7 days a week. I've often said, you know, if blogging turns out to be fatal, I will probably be the first person to discover it.